Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our guests. I don't see anyone needing to be excused. So we'll move on to the minutes of May the 7th, which were circulated. Kelly moves that they be approved as circulated. Are there any questions on that? Discussion? All in favor? Those are approved. Are there any post-agenda items? Seeing none, can we have an adoption of the agenda, please? Anne Marie moves that the adoption of the agenda as presented. All in favor? That is also passed. The permitted use report is on page 7. There are 5 items. Are there any comments or questions? Seeing none, we will adopt that as information, and we'll move on to subdivisions. And who have we got? Are you taking it, Lens?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today's subdivision is 2020-0-051, and the purpose of the application is to subdivide portions of a closed railway plan, and that's Railway Plan 219, and consolidate to 2 adjacent parcels to create 2 new parcels. One of the parcels will be approximately 30.12 acres in size, and the other one 111.43 acres in size. Both parcels are on vacant agricultural lands, and they're in Division 4, and they're located approximately 3 miles east of the hamlet of Bow City, for some context. The standard conditions apply: outstanding property taxes. The development agreement may be entered into. The land is owned by the County of Newell, by the way. And there is maybe a possibility for some access that needs to be arranged onto a county road, but that's something you guys can take care of. The legal access, though, to the northern parcel needs to be established because there's a EID canal right-of-way directly adjacent to the township road and to the newly created lot. So easement agreement is required for that. Other than that, we're just asking that the certificate of titles be registered in such a way that subdivision can occur without, in the future, can occur without coming back to your subdivision authority. There is no reserve on this particular land. It's exempt from that. We have received some comments from a few of the referrals, and they have no issue with this particular subdivision at all. So it's relatively straightforward. And that would be about it. Oh, I lost your sound.
Your mic is on.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll have to start over.
Yeah.
I thought I would switch off and then you forget to put it back on. Are there any questions? Seeing none, I would entertain a motion. Molly moves as presented on page, the draft resolution on page 9. Any further discussion? All in favor? Okay, that is passed. We'll move on to development permits. And who's tackling that?
Shanley.
Okay. Go ahead, Shanley.
Okay.
Development permit 2020014 is for the construction and operation of a solar array facility. It's an expansion of the Brooks Solar 1. The project received approval from the Alberta Utility Commission to construct and operate on January 16th, 2020, and it's expected to operate for 35 years. The project lands were rezoned from agricultural to rural industrial in February of 2020. Elemental plans to construct the site this year and have it operational by the middle of 2021. They have requested some variances. They have increased their setback on the east side of Southeast 31914 to 100 feet to mitigate visual concerns to the landowners, and will be planting trees along there as well, as described in my report. The applicant is requesting a variance of 82 feet on Northwest 31914 on the south. For Southeast 31914 on the west, they're requesting a 9-foot variance, and on the south, they're requesting an 82-foot variance. The applicant is also requesting a variance between the shipping containers on the laydown yard. We have a 10-foot distance required in the land use bylaw, and they would like to have them butted up to one another. There is only going to be storage of tools and construction-related materials. There won't be any flammables in the containers. The applicant is requesting a variance to the 10-foot setback from the EID right-of-way down to 3 feet. And Eastern Irrigation District has also said that they're okay with that and has provided a letter to us, which should be included in your package. There was no issues or concerns by staff. There was 2 adjacent landowner responses. They're included in your package, and I believe that's Mr. Strock that's in council chambers right now, and he was one of the adjacent landowners that sent in a letter. Will from Elemental is online, so he can answer questions as well. Planning and Development is recommending approval with conditions.
Okay, and welcome, Mr. Strock. I'm going to ask Council first, or MPC first, for their comments and questions, and then I'll give you a chance to ask any questions you might have or make some comments. We do have your letter. I think everyone has copies of it, so we're aware of both letters that were sent in. So first, through MPC, is there anyone with questions or comments? Seeing none, Mr. Strock, will you have any further comments in addition to your letter, or are you just here to observe?
There you go. Okay. To start with, the acreage owners and the farm owners were here first. So therefore, the council should pay their attention to what they're asking not to do. And secondly, I think that the whole solar plant is built in the wrong place because it's a very, very poor investment. They don't generate power on cloudy days. They don't generate power at night. The power is not stored. You can use them at night. So it's a very poor investment to start with. And secondly, you people are trying to approve prime irrigated farmland to be used for the project. And I think that to be using irrigated land for a project like this while there's people in the world that are starving for food. And secondly, if the company must build, they should consider buying land right by the substation along Highway 36 and build it on the prairie if they must build. I think they shouldn't be building at all. But I think the reason that they're building is because of the way they're being paid. They're being paid straight amount of money, whether they produce the electricity or not, which is wrong. And amount to stealing from the power consumers. And I think that's about all I have to say, but it's certainly not the right thing to do, in my view, to build on prime irrigated land while there's prairie right by the substation across the road that they could be utilizing for the solar plant if they must build it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Strock. Any further comments from council or from MPC? If not, I would entertain a motion. Brian moves to approve the development permit as presented. Is that correct, Brian? Any further discussion? All in favor? That is passed. Are there any post-agenda items? Nothing in camera? Any questions? Seeing none, I will adjourn the meeting.